Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, getting ready to scrap backwards. And what Adam and I are doing this week is, as you know, we both selected Christmas sticker sheets as our starting point, and then added other Christmassy supplies. So our challenge to ourselves this week is to do a non-Christmas layout using these Christmassy supplies. So I have these two cute little photos of KatieBug when she was, let's see, I want to say she must have been about 6 or 7 then. And she's wearing like a little, her stepmom at the time, Nikki, used to like to go out thrifting, and she kind of got the girls, and Katie and Allie got the girls into it, and Katie and Allie and Ava love to go thrifting to this day. But they went in one time, and I guess Katie was with her, and she saw this little outfit, and to her this was a hippie dress. And she wore it, she dressed as a hippie with lots of beads, and Nikki braided her hair and things like that for Halloween that year. But Katie liked wearing the dress anytime. So every time she came back for a weekend from her mom's, she would want to put that dress on. And she had these little blue kind of high heel princess shoes. These are not very good pictures. They're not particularly well lit, and they have kind of a brownish tint to them, but I absolutely love them. I love the expression on her face, and so I'm going to work with those. And she's kind of sitting in a room surrounded by a bunch of stuff that might have been freshly opened Christmas presents, but I do not think this was taken at Christmas. So I'm going to kind of work with the colors in this photo and pull from my sticker sheet. So in a sense, I'm not really going backward, all that backwards, if you want to know the truth. So this is my starter sticker sheet. And I notice in the photos, the color of this thing right here, in fact, that color is everywhere, is kind of the same as the carpet in that room. And she's wearing, she's got kind of some blues and some pinks. And it's kind of a salmon sort of pink, like this background paper. So this background paper is from Crate Paper, and the collection is Snowflake, and it's got these cut apart cards on one side, but it has this kind of stitchy looking paper. I'm trying to find my trimmer so we can get that branding strip off. So I'm going to let that be my main background. And then I have another strip of paper that has, it's from, let's see, Cosmo Cricket Storytime, and the paper is Jumping Joan. And I have no idea when this came from. So I know I want to use this purple at some point. So I'm going to cut a fairly narrow strip of this polka dot side. And it has in it, one of the stripe, or one of the polka dots in there is the same pink. Yeah, that's good. And then I've got that strip of purple. I'll put it back over there with those things. And I have this, I tried to bring this out a couple days ago, and it was in my tray of stuff that I thought I would use but didn't. And I thought this might make a nice background for the photos to be sitting on. But I like matting photos in diagonal stripes, and there's this beautiful diagonal stripe, and I have no idea what brand this paper is. I'm since it's white background, I mean, I guess it could be basic gray because some of the basic gray collections I have were single-sided. And I'm noticing on this photo that I've got something that kind of could stand to be trimmed off without losing much there. It was kind of an awkward end to the photo there. Okay, so I'm gonna mat these two on here. And what I have in mind is, because I kind of associate flourishes like these rub-on flourishes. Those are not Christmassy necessarily. They certainly can go with a Christmas motif, but using them separate from the trees and the snowflakes and the holly, it could be any time. And those flourishes kind of reminded me of this flower, and there's some snowflakes and stuff kind of in this center area. But I've been wanting to use this flower, and I wasn't quite sure how I would use it, even like on a Christmas layout. And I also noticed that this border strip doesn't necessarily look like Christmas. And I have another border strip on another sheet that's like that or that, and that could kind of overlay. And then I've got this, and there are just lots of things I think that could be used on a non-Christmas page. So I have no idea what my design is gonna be. So far, I've got a strip of polka dot paper to go on my pink stitched looking paper. I'm matting the photos. That one I cut a little bit narrower than the other, so I may just have to figure that out. I may have to do it, I can do it like that and then do some kind of embellishing or something. I can't, once you've cut it, you can't put it back on. I mean, I guess I could re-mat it. I like using the areas here that that have a little bit of I want to say like a sanded look, like the colors are some sort of mixed media has occurred. Let me put that over there. Okay, so let's pull out the background. We'll pull this out, and let's say we want to do it kind of down towards here. And I'm doing, I'm letting the stitches run up and down. I suppose I could get a little bit different look if I did it this way, but I kind of like this idea. So I'm going to do that. Okay, and then these I thought could kind of go I could have that kind of set at that angle, and then the photos, or maybe like just have it straight, I guess, and have the photos kind of coming down, maybe like this. Actually, that's not what I want to do. I kind of want to do it like this. And then I can put some an embellishment cluster here and something up here, and then maybe a tab or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and then I'll figure out what to do about it later. I know that I want to use some of those rub-ons, and I know I also want to use some of these border strips. So let me figure out, I want the word postcard to show. And so I'll do that there. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it down like that. And then I'll put this one on some foam. And we'll see how that works. Okay, I have this thing that I thought might be a good, this was the outside of a gear that I cut out of some gold paper for the a layout I made last week. And I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of tape on here and slide it under there. And I've got this piece, I think I used it on that same layout. This has sheet music, and I'm just gonna kind of insert that right there. It kind of picks up on the rustic, distressed sort of look. And I'm just kind of building areas that the clusters can kind of live in. Now, before I go too much farther, I want to go ahead and cut out and figure the placement of these flourishes. Scissors and a popsicle stick. Okay, I'm gonna cut this guy out. It's got that really beautiful kind of rich maroon color, and it'll show up on that pink background nicely, I think. And see, if I wanted to make this a Christmas page, I could do the naughty or nice, because she looks like a naughty girl trying to pretend to be nice there. But her dad and I were just talking today that, you know, she's been just a delightful kid to raise. She's just a really wonderful girl. Okay, I'm gonna kind of scooch that back in there just because I don't want those rub-ons to dry out. I have left, I've pulled rub-ons out and had trouble, you know, once you cut a few, it's hard to kind of shove them back in the package. But, and I've always regretted when I wasn't able to do that. So I was thinking we could do something like maybe one that's coming out of the photo cluster that way, and then this one could maybe come out from under that. That way that's really not maybe over here we could have it kind of coming out that way. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's do this. And I use my popsicle sticks for kind of pressing glue underneath things so they get a little sticky on the edges. I don't think I have any. I guess this is kind of scooching under there. Let me see how well that's sticking. Okay, when you pull it up and you see that it's not stuck, you just kind of press it down. Here's one that needs to be pressed down. That one seems to be okay. Oops, there's a little bit of one right there that needs to be pressed down. Okay, so that's generally okay. I'll toss that. Now I'll do this one. And hopefully that one will go down as well. These are very old. I forget what the vintage of that St. Nick rub-on sheet is, but I'm thinking it's about like maybe 2008. And when you have fresh rub-ons, as you rub them, you can kind of tell that they've stuck by the change in color. But this one, I don't know if it's because it's such a dark color or what exactly it is, but you can't really tell that way. So it's a little more of a process. But you always kind of hope it's worth it. Okay, let me get that in the light. Okay, so that's on there. Now this is kind of empty, but I think I've got an idea. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this guy up. I think I'm gonna put a flare there to kind of add some interest and to make it really not look Christmassy. So, how about, let's see if I did this, which was my first instinct, would that compete with that? It might be okay if I did it like that, kind of have it hooked around there, and then maybe going like that. All right, let me do that, and I'm going to put some foam up here at the top. So that it has a little bit of dimension. So I'm recording this on the last, obviously Sunday before it goes live on Monday, and it's the last weekend before Christmas, so I'm sure everyone out there is busy and frantically running around trying to get everything prepared. We kind of have made some decisions. We're investing all of our Christmas energy and money into a trip to Orlando the day, 2 days after Christmas, because not everybody's going to be with us for Christmas. Now, the flares that I was going to use, I was going to use these two from the December release, but the pinks are kind of wrong. And I found this set in the January release, so don't tell Adam. I'm giving you a sneak peek of the January release. So this is a set. I'm not going to tell you the name because, you know, that would be cheating. But it's got colors that kind of pick up on all the colors in the photo. And I was thinking either this pink one could go right there on the flower, or maybe this green one. I like the green. I think I'll do the green. And I don't know how many more of those I'm going to use, but I am also going to use a ladybug. So, and there's a pretty lavender one. That's probably my favorite flare that I've ever seen. Okay, there. Now we've got kind of a brownish pink here that is really cute, and I do want to use it. This is on foam over there, but not here. So I'm going to see what I do in the way of an embellishment cluster there. Maybe I could do this on top of that, or maybe the pink would be pretty under, or the blue would be pretty under the pink. I like that. I do like that. So let's go with that. And I don't have to tuck it under the photo that way. Let's see. I'm putting the square there, and then one of the reasons that I'm doing the embellishing before I've done the border strips is because I kind of want to see where the border strips would make sense. And I didn't want to just kind of willy-nilly just kind of do one here and one there, or one on top of the other, or straight through the middle, or anything like that. I kind of wanted to do something a little different. Okay, so I've put that on there, and that kind of suspends the stars up, and these stars and this barbed wire fence, which I'm going to use in conjunction with the border strips, were cut for another project, and the pink just happens to be the exact same shade of pink that we have here. And I've got a star that came off one of these sticker sheets, and it's kind of cute. So I thought I'd put it right there. I'm using some kind of beige distressed elements, kind of cueing off the postcard. That's from a Vicky Boutin ephemera collection, couple collections ago. I've also got this pink ampersand that kind of looks like it could make sense somewhere in there. I would like it at an odd angle, though. I'm not going to use that right now. I also have this part of a frame that could maybe anchor itself. How about if we had it, and this is something that I might, have trashed from another layout. Let's see, get this and get that there. That's kind of cute. I like it because it's at an oddball angle, and I like that about it. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue and kind of tack it down right over here on this corner, and then I'll truss the ends to stay tucked. Okay, that's good. And that gives me kind of a little, kind of a wonky background for things. I've got this piece of a tag, and I'm going to put some twine through it. Let's see where. And I'm not going to get real sophisticated with it. I'm going to run it through like this and kind of tie it and then cut the ends really short. And this kind of picks up a little bit on the blue, you know, teal that we see in the photo and elsewhere. And it's just a piece of junk that was lying around. I'm gonna put it maybe under there to kind of balance, because this goes off this way and the frame, so this kind of sticks here over onto the pink part. And I'm just kind of building layers of things that don't necessarily make sense. Let me just put it that way. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to see if it makes sense to put, well, I guess to put on here at all, but certainly coming out of the side of the photo, and then I can run a piece of it over there. So let me get it where it's kind of covering the rows of, it's good stickers. Okay, I want to make sure it covers, it won't cover all of the polka dots, but let me do that. And I'm just going to snip it off right there. And I cut a little of the pink, but that doesn't really show too badly. Okay, so now I'm going to put this about the same way. And it's actually going to end up looking kind of like I did run it all the way across, which I said I wasn't going for. Now I kind of like the idea of running that through the middle of that, or part way, maybe having a couple of those. I'll cut it like that. Put a little bit of glue. And I've still got that polka dot one that I'm gonna kind of test in a minute. Let's see, where did my tweezers go? Okay, that just kind of adds a little tiny bit of interest. It's a different sheen and a different it's kind of, it has some dimensional texture, I guess. And that's kind of going right smack through the middle. So I'm going to do it that way. Okay. Now I think I'm going to take some, there's this little house which doesn't necessarily look Christmassy, and for sure this flower doesn't look Christmassy. Hi, did you need something? James?
Are you recording?
I'm filming, yeah. What do you need?
Katie and I just had a long talk about stuff, and so we filled out together a form for the Coast Guard. She's gonna apply to the Coast Guard to be.
Okay, that's cool. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll come talk to you.
Well, do not tell her I told you.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she was looking at the environmental services technician, where you go around and you like help.
Oh, clean the ocean.
Yeah.
Keep the ocean clean. Awesome, awesome. So now my my YouTube audience knows.
Oh shit! Well, delete that part out.
Okay. Excuse me. Just some interesting news about something that KatieBug, the subject of this layout, has decided for her future. Okay, so let me put this little guy. These are ornaments, but they could just be circles, right? I could kind of scooch them under some flair. I tell you what I could do is cut this one in half and kind of do that with it, and cut this one in half and do that with it, just adding a little bit of shadowing almost, and using some something as part of a Christmas collection for that's nothing to do with Christmas at all. I thought maybe I would do these guys kind of down at the bottom on the pink. I do one down this way, and then another one up there, and then the one up there would be maybe a little bit longer than this one. So we have something kind of like that. And they don't go all the way to the end down here, so I'm not going to make this one go all the way to the end. It's just a kind of an accent. And I think that's all I'm going to use from this. Well, actually, I kind of like the, it's kind of a scalloped border with like, it looks like stitching there. And that could kind of be slid in here, maybe. So it's kind of, you're seeing the border part right there. And here, actually, because this is at an angle, and if I put this, if I put it at an angle, it's not going to look good with that. But I could put it straight up down here. I think I'll just save it. We'll just save it for another layout, and I'll really Christmas it up on the next one. Okay, so I think I'm done with that sticker sheet. This one still has some little flower bits that kind of look like they could go somewhere. How about down here where I've put this brown flower from the other sticker sheet? I can layer in, can make it a very different looking kind of flower by having little bits kind of tucked in like that. And I hope I have enough more of that same size to be able to go all the way around. If not, we'll drop back and punt. Okay, let me put this here. That one's not going in as far because it's hit the adhesive. And then I'll put that right there. And I need one more. And I have one here. There's a pink one that would be pretty, but it's bigger. And all of these things kind of have a bohemian vibe to them. So I think it's very much in keeping with her little hippie dress there. So I've got just this red and pink circle, and here's another red and white circle with the blue outline, and these would be kind of cute. Up here, it's kind of adding a crown to that. Let's see, where else can I put this? How about just kind of tucked out? How about right here? Well, let's go down here, and this little circle I will cut across this way so that the stripes are horizontal, and kind of put it down here. And then I've got these little halves. Okay, I've got this one, and it could go kind of right there. Just a little bit of interest. Now I've got to find a place to put the ladybug, and maybe over here by the flower, kind of slightly tucked under the flower there. I like that idea. And it's clearly, to me, if it were one of those perfect portrait-looking photos, or something where the photo quality was kind of meant to be the star, I maybe wouldn't junk it up like this. Junk it up means, you know, the more is more vibe might maybe take a back seat. I've got this set of, but, okay, let me just finish that thought. Because there's a mess there and the photos aren't great, having all of this stuff, to me anyway, seems to make you notice the little girl. And that's actually the point. So I've got this set of Rosie Studio tags, and so I was looking for something that wasn't Christmassy, and this has a Christmas phrase on it, "Oh, what fun," you know, from Jingle Bells. But "oh, what fun" could mean, wow, look at all these toys, and oh, what fun to play with those. So I'm going to let this be my title, and I'm going to put it on foam. And put some twine in it, and then figure out a place for it to go. And then we're going to go to another sticker sheet and see if we have anything else we need to use or ought to use. I'm trying and really doing well, I think, using lots of the stickers that might even be questionable in terms of how they fit with the theme or the photo, but I kind of, in fact, looking at the sticker sheets and knowing what I was trying to do is use a lot of them, is probably why I went and picked out these kind of busy photos. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So there's this, it could kind of go that way. Now it has this red that isn't, well, it's somewhat similar to that, but it does match the red of the ladybug, so it could kind of go there. I'm gonna put it there. That's gonna happen. And it's done. It's committed. I've committed to it. Okay, so I now have this sheet, and look at here, another little, and this probably came from the other sticker sheet. I've got another little circle that I can cut. And add over here to my other little collection of them. So I've used the green flare and the ladybug flare, and I have a pink one that I think would be good to use. Okay, I'm gonna unstick this, and so I can slide this maybe underneath it. There we go. Okay, so there, the stripes are all going in different directions, so it kind of stands out as 3 pieces. So I think I want to use this pink one. Do I want to use that pink one or this kind of salmon looking one? I think I like the salmon. So if I've used those there, this would be my triangle, and I think I'm gonna do that. Do I want it here? I think I like it right here because that doesn't go all the way to the end, but I'm covering the place stamp here. So I think I'm going to do it that way so you can still see the place stamp here, and then I'll see if I can maybe find something else. Let's see if we can use this flower kind of coming out that way. And then I've got another idea. I've got these 2 things that are pieces of candy, but I can cut the circle around and do something with those. I also thought I could use this because it's not specifically Christmas unless you look and see the red-nosed reindeer all around. So if you look closely, it kind of is. So let me put a little bit of foam behind this so it looks a little different. And then I may call this one done. I'll kind of put it out like that. And then I think I'm going to do some sequins up in here. Or maybe what I want to do instead of sequins. Okay, so you can see I didn't use very much here. I'm going to do something. I think that this isn't my favorite representation of Santa Claus. So I'm going to try something. I'm going to cut the little snowball off his hat, but I don't really want to throw it away, so where can I use it? It's okay if I throw it away. How about if I added a little red right in here? Sure, why not? Okay, and I could kind of do that. Cut the bottom off and maybe do something that kind of goes here. And looks like it's really just a background for the flare. You know what I mean? So that the flare kind of goes in there. Let's see if that can if I can carry that off. Let's see, maybe I go straight under the, I don't want to lose this though, this border. And that's just a sticker sticking that well. That's awesome, and it's old. So maybe like that. And this can cover up that part. And this can go kind of right there. And it looks that we've just put it there for the color now. Okay. Is that, oh, I've got the wrong one. This one's over here sticking just beautifully. Okay. There we go. And there's no reason to put that there other than the color. Okay, so I'm gonna say I've used all the stickers I'm gonna use from those sticker sheets. I've used one tag from there. I've used a couple flares. I've got ladybugs on there. I've got a couple more of these January sneak peek flares that you're not gonna tell Adam about. Let's see. I want to kind of put some of these around. Maybe one right there by the star to draw your eye to that star. And maybe one right here by the flower and the ladybug to kind of draw your eye there. And then one up here. Maybe like that. Okay, so that's our visual triangle. Do I maybe want a couple more to make 5? So I'll put one here with this grouping of semicircles. And then I'll put one up here to kind of draw your eye. Let's put it right there. Okay, so we've got a little bit of sparkle around, and these are absolutely amazing. They just pop, and these were a gift from Scrappy Adam that kind of came in a big box of goodies, and I'm gonna hate running out of these, so I hope he remembers where he got them, because I will order some more. I think I'm done. I think I'm, the title doesn't look straight. Let me hold it up and see if I can get it on there straight. And it's on that foam tape, which sticks like crazy. Okay, that's fine. If I had a little word strip, let's see if I have any little word strips that would fit across there, because that's perfect. Make a wish, adventure, do what you love, happy day, happy day. We could do that. Or choose joy, fly away, whatever comes next. XO, XO, XO. Let's just do that, because that's how I feel about this. Here's a shorter one. I think that one might not fit on the little deal there. So let's put that right there. And now maybe I could do another one on this postcard. Show the world your magic. That's perfect. And let me make sure I get this parallel. Okay, there we go. So we have there and there. And you know, we could do something. Let's see if there's one more that maybe I could have coming out from around here. That happy day is good. And the gold in that, the writing on these strips, this is a Tim Holtz Ideology metallic sticker book. The gold writing on there is the same color gold as in these sparklies that Adam sent me. So that's a happy accident. Okay, so I'm done, and I've used a bunch of stuff, and I have to tell you that individually, I never would have used these things this way without having the challenge to do so, to use those up. They probably would have sat there for another 20 years, and I'd have said, oh, remember that cool stuff, and then still never used it. So I'm happy. This is working for me. I hope it is for you. I'm absolutely loving everything I'm seeing that you all are doing, and I am not as good at commenting as I wish I were, but hopefully I'll have some time. We're particularly riding in the car my son's going to be driving when we go to Florida. So I think I will have another couple of pages before Christmas Day. But if this is the last video that you're able to watch before Christmas, I want to be sure to wish you all a very happy holiday, and to thank you all for your love and support through some of my, personal issues, as well as my video setup issues. So, and I'm not sure those two are absolutely unrelated. So thank you so much. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I wish you all really happy holiday season and a prosperous and healthy new year. So, bye.